Here we be.
Here we be again.
With the many cushions.
What's that wrong with my cushions?
I never said there's anything wrong, I just said many cushions. Bit defensive about her cushions. Are they special?
Yes, they're IKEA.
They're IKEA. Oh, you said that in the same way that some people say they're Versace.
Hey, Versace. IKEA is my Versace. Thank you.
Right.
Okay, let's get this done. Right.
You make it sound like it's a torture. Hi. We are back with our week 1 update on our, what did we decide to call it? Low spend June.
Something like that, yes.
Low spend June. So, a quick recap. We decided that we were spending too much money and that it was being frittered away in ridiculous ways, that you're popping into B&M and popping for one thing and spending 25 quid, or going out for lunch all the time, or whatever. Even silly things like I would stop at the petrol station and spend 7 or 8 quid just while I was in, not even on the fuel, stuff like that. Buy the fuel and then the next 7 or 8 quid, stuff like that. So we decided it had to be reined in a bit. Sorry if you hear some background music. There's somebody using some kind of power tool out there. So we said last week, we decided we couldn't quite commit to a no spend month.
No.
It was too scary. So we decided we would do a low spend month, and we set a budget of £100 each for the month. Now that was to not include any monthly bills, because you can't live for £100 a month. So all the basic monthly bills did not have to come out of that. Dog food doesn't have to come out of that. We said that if we needed any food, it would come out of that, but only because there is so much food already in this house that we shouldn't need to buy food, apart from tiddly little bits like milk and stuff, And there's been a couple of incidences over the last week when I'm like, is that supposed to come out of my budget or not? Oh, for me as well, nothing that I need to buy for my business comes out of it. So if I go to the car boot and I buy stuff to resell, that doesn't have to come out of my £100 budget. But if I buy something at the car boot for myself, that does. Things like that. For you, we said that your hair didn't count because that was a pre-booked appointment.
Yeah, it's only a pre-booked appointment. That can't change.
Yeah. And Molly's grooming, for example, Molly went to the groomers last week and I said that didn't count because I save up for that. I always put money by for that each week anyway, so I already had that money. So there were some things that we made exceptions for. But as a general rule, any of your day-to-day spending that you don't think about, we had a £100 budget for the month. And we are here to tell you how it went. But before we do that, I want to thank everyone who watched last week's video. And if you haven't watched it, I'm going to link it here, here, or here, or here, or somewhere. Because in that, we put out an appeal kind of thing for our friend Claire, who is doing, she's one of you guys, she's one of you viewers, and she's doing a sponsored walk. So please go and watch it if you haven't watched it already. It's not really a sponsored walk, is it? Is it still called a sponsored walk in 2024?
Yes, I thought.
Charity walk for Parkinson. She's going to walk 100 kilometres, which we worked out about 62 miles. And you guys were very, very generous, and you rushed over to her Just Giving page, and you really did help her out. So well done, all of you. And I've got a little video from Claire. She sent me a little video to say thank you. So we're going to play that now. And then, make sure you watch that. And then afterwards, we'll come back and tell you how we've got on.
Hi. Just wanted to come on and say a massive thank you to all of those who have very kindly donated to the challenge that I'm doing to raise money for Parkinson's UK. Really, really touched, blown away by your response. You don't know me, but you obviously have an understanding of the charity, and perhaps I know from some of your messages the actual disease itself, the condition, and what it does to people, and why this is a good cause. So yeah, thank you so much. And I just want to do some shout outs. So thank you to Gemma, Chris, Sarah Hill, Angela, Dawn, Anne Pierce, Lynn Williams, Ella Bennett, Pauline Holden, Julie, Lorraine Simpson, Kelly M, Di, Lisa, Joan, Linda Reed, Lee, Sue, Sue B, Anne Cook, Robin, Antoinette Daly, Tamzin and Tammy. And to all those of you who have chosen to remain anonymous, and to anyone else who donates after I've done this video, or anyone I've accidentally missed. I don't think I've missed anyone, but if I have, and those of you who donate later, thank you so much. Really, really means a lot. Thank you. And then finally, biggest thank you of all to Carla. When I bumped into her in Subway, she asked me what am I doing, you know, in a nice way, you know, not what are you doing? Although she might have said that after she found out what I was actually doing. But seriously, when she found out, she was the one who said, "Oh, so I suppose you might need some sponsorship." To which I kind of a bit awkwardly said, "Well, yes, actually. You know, can I send you the link?" And straight away, without missing a beat, she said, "Well, we'll donate," meaning you know herself and Tammy and Tamsin, who were there at the time. And then she also said, "Let me take a picture of you. I'll put it on my channel, and I'm sure you know there may be some people that follow me that you know might want to make a small donation as well." And true to her word, within a couple of hours, there were donations from the three of them, and then you know within a week, I saw a video on her channel, and there was my ugly mug all over it. And she made a really nice, I thought, a really nice, kind plea on my behalf for the charity. And you know, I know from my limited knowledge of YouTube channels and things, you know, how much of a pain and how much time it takes to edit these things together. And she didn't have to do that. You know, when she found out about what I was doing, she could have said, "Oh, I see you're doing a charity walk. Oh, that's nice," and carried on eating her Subway. Or she could have said, "Oh, you're doing a charity walk. Oh, I'll give you a few quid," and carried on eating her Subway. But she didn't choose to do either of those. She chose to A, donate herself, and then B, go to the time and effort of asking you guys. And boy, have you delivered. Awesome. So thank you again to you, and thank you to Carla. That really is a kind, super kind thing for you to have done. Amazing. Thank you. And next time I see you, Pepsi Max is on me. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much. And just got to walk 62 miles now, so no problem.
So as you can see, Claire's chuffed to bits with everything that's been donated. She's so pleased, and of course now she's got to do the walk now. No getting out of it now.
Absolutely
She can't have a broken ankle now. But if you haven't already, pop over and watch that video, and I'll put the links in underneath this video again. So for anyone who wants to pop over to Just Giving page, and pop a cup, even a pound, you know, whatever you can spare is great. And if you can't spare anything, that's also fine. You know, please don't feel obliged. But if you were thinking you might and you haven't yet, I'll put the links in for you. Luckily, we made our donations before the beginning of June.
We did that purposely before the beginning of June.
Yeah. Tell me, Tammy, how your week began. How did you start off? No spend June.
I started off like, okay, yeah, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. And I was fine. Saturday, I did get and think, I thought to myself, oh, I really, really need that. I'll get that off of Amazon. It's only once I opened the Amazon app and I was like, this is going to have to come out of my money. So I went, yeah, it's fine. I won't bother.
That's happened to me at least 3 times this week. I've gone, I'll just look on Amazon for. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no. I just no. I keep a step away from Amazon. But like we were saying in the car last night, I now can't remember on Thursday. We're filming this Friday. I can't remember yesterday what it was that I wanted.
That thing was
so
that you
bad
so vitally wanted on Saturday.
And 5 days later,
things, yeah.
I couldn't tell you what it was. Usually, obviously, on a weekend, I put a little lucky 15 on the horses. I usually pick 4 horses out. I've done for years. And I had to put money on my Bet365 account, and I was like, oh, do you know what? I don't even know if I want to spend it on that. And I do that all the time. Yeah. But usually I would just go, yeah, I'll just add a 10, because I had £1.46 on my, which is not enough for a £3 bet, obviously. So I would have had to have added money to it, and I was like, I don't actually think I want to spend it on that.
Yeah, keep the money.
Because I'm also not that very good at it, but because so I was like, oh, do you know what? I'm just gonna not bother this month with that. So that was because usually I would just go, just put a tenner on it, and then when that runs out, just put
I buy scratch cards all the time. I probably buy I probably spend a minimum of 50 quid a week on scratch cards without really thinking about it. And I always keep the winners in the glove box and then I cash them in for something useful. So I tell myself that's like a savings scheme in a way. But actually, what about all the losers? What about all the L's I take on that? I haven't bought a single scratch card this week because every time I've been like, I'm not spending my money on that.
not doing that.
Not doing that.
Yeah, so the weekend was fine. We went out we went out Monday. So we went out for lunch with a friend, which was pre-arranged before we said we would do this before we went on the cruise. And we got to the car park in Clevedon and we were talking about the parking and I went, it's fine, I'll pay for that. And I got my card out and I went, oh, yeah, that's going to come out of my budget. And it was £3, you know what I mean? Yeah. And this is the thing, normally I wouldn't bat an eyelid if we went out for the day paying for the parking. It wouldn't bother me, but it was just like, and after I was like, I've spent £3.
The silly thing is that in that car park, you then get your £3 back off your food bill. So Debbie was treating us to lunch. She'd already said before we went that she was going to treat us to lunch. So we gave her the £3 parking ticket, so she got it off the food bill. Tammy still ended up putting it.
It's fine, which I don't mind. But yeah, I was like, oh, Debbie, you might as well use that parking voucher off the food because she was buying us lunch. And then afterwards, I was like, yeah, that's come off my money.
Come out your spending money.
Yeah. But you know, it is, and then obviously we bought a round of drinks.
Yeah, because you can't just let someone take you out for lunch and then let them buy all the drinks as well. So Debbie bought the first drinks with the meal, and then we were like, right, we need to buy. So luckily, we didn't want 3 rounds of drinks in total. So we were able to be very, very skinflint about it. But we'd already had a pint of Coke each, and we were going to have a second pint, and there was no way we were going to need a third pint.
No.
So we bought a round between us.
I've never gone to a pub in my life and gone halvesies on a round, ever. I've just gone, yeah, let's get the drinks in. It's weird, but yeah, we went halves on that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, tight. Yeah. We are so tight.
So you started off strong then?
Yeah, I did. I didn't spend any money until Monday. £3 on parking, and then was just short of £6 on the drinks. And then we went for ice cream. Because we're at the seaside, so it's the law. It is literally the law. If you go to the seaside for the day, you have to have an ice cream.
Yeah.
So I spent £3 on ice cream.
If you're not cognisant with British law, it is actually it's in the British law. Yeah, it's in the law book.
So I spent £3 on an ice cream. So yeah, so I spent, after going like nothing over the weekend, I actually spent nearly £12.
Obviously, I economised on my ice cream.
Yeah, you didn't have a flake in yours.
I didn't have a flake in mine. Saved me 50p. So the thing is, I had started badly. This is the thing. I had to be a little bit careful about my flake in my ice cream and wasting 50p because I'd started really badly.
You were 10% through it on day one.
Yeah. So what basically happened was we went out on Friday, and again the deal was that my Pepsi Max. I was going to buy my Pepsi Max Friday, and when we got to Farm Freeze, they didn't have any. So the new month was starting on the Saturday, and I was going to buy my month's supply of Pepsi Max on the Friday. And they didn't have any. And I said to Tammy, I'll have to go tomorrow and get some from somewhere else, but I'm not taking that out of my budget because I would have bought it today if it had been here. Tammy agreed that was fair enough. And luckily, on the Saturday, they put a special offer on at Tesco, and it was only £5 for a crate. So that was great. I went off to Tesco and I got my 4 crates of Pepsi Max. I should have spent £20, shouldn't I? £20 I should have spent. These are our little envelopes so we can keep our money in. And I don't know if you can see that. It says at the top of there, £10.10. Tesco £10.10. That's the extra £10.10 that I spent on top of the £20 that was already agreed for. Because I put stuff in my basket without thinking about it. I didn't even remember on the Saturday morning that we had this arrangement that we were going to do this. I wandered around Tesco, oh, strawberries, they're nice. And, oh, there's some ice creams, and oh, I'll get that. And I got out to the car and I sat in the car and I thought, oh, I wasn't supposed to be spending any money. And that's why we're doing this.
Yes.
That exactly is why we're doing this, because I spend money without giving it a second thought. So I spent £10.10 of my £100 in the first half an hour of the challenge. I woke up, I got into Tesco at 8 o'clock, and by 8:30 I spent 10% on the first day of the month of my entire budget. I was not pleased. Not pleased with myself. And then on the second day, Tamsin rang and said, oh, I'm going to Costco, do you want anything? And I said, oh, I'll have a box of fulfill bars. And I went, oh no, they're £16. I can't, I've already spent. Natalie said she'd go half, so that was another £8. What this meant, by the time I'd done that, bought my half of the round of drinks, which was £5.30, bought my ice cream, which was £2.50 because I economised on that, and I remembered that I'd spent 50p at the car boot sale on something for Lexi. I had gone through, by the end of the 3rd day of June, I had gone through 25% of my entire budget for the month. Just like that.
Mad.
Just like that. I've spent the morning trying to persuade Tammy to take me out for lunch today because she's got more money left for me. Apparently that's not happening.
No, I'll take you out in July. That's absolutely fine. No, I was the only other money I've spent after Monday is I went to Aldi and I bought, literally I went in for red onions and radishes and I bought red onions and radishes. That was it. I didn't even go anywhere else in the shop. I literally walked in.
Yeah. Bought
the red onions, bought the radishes, paid and came out again. I didn't even go wandering around the shop.
Yeah.
So I spent £1.48 on that. My knack of the week is at work, I am the only one that drinks tea or coffee. On my way into work on Wednesday, I picked up a pint of milk and I was so annoyed when I got into work because somebody had bought some and it was already there. And I was like, I'm
just wasted. How much was it?
A pound.
Just wasted a pound of my budget.
I was like, nobody ever buys milk because I'm usually the only person that has it. So I was like, but to find out that somebody had actually gone out to the shop and bought some, I was like, well, they could have let me know because that's just a waste of a pound.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
But I've not been in the shop over the road. I've not spent a penny since the 3rd of June, and today is the 7th.
Yeah.
4 days. I went to Costco yesterday and I bought toilet rolls. But again, I said, bear in mind that I buy a 3-month supply of toilet rolls in one go, and that's why I go to Costco. I was like, surely that's not got to come out of my purse. And Natalie said, no, that's a household expense. You don't have to take that out of your £100, which was a big relief. Otherwise, we'd all have been wiping our bum on leaves, I'm afraid.
You were going to start selling them to us. Don't talk ridiculous. You were going to pay for them.
I did threaten to sell them back to
you. You were going to sell them back to us.
If this is coming out of my spending money, I am going to sell them back to you, and that'll cut your usage down.
That'll stop the usage of it.
Yeah, that'll stop you splashing it around. Yeah. So I've got left. Oh, I've dropped that one. I've got a bit less now. I've got left for the month, and we are 1 week in.
A week in, yeah, literally.
I've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, £73. So if you break the month up into 4 weeks, and it will be slightly more than 4 weeks, I'm not too bad.
You're actually doing quite.
I've managed to remain.
That 75 would have been about round a week, wouldn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah, £25 a week approximately. So I'm slightly out, but not too bad.
I have got 20, 40,
but only because I've not spent a penny since like Tuesday, out of sheer fear.
20, 40, 60, 80, £2.72. I've got £2.72. £82.72.
Yeah. Now, in the interest of sheer honesty and disclosure, people said, "Oh, it does have to include it in eating out," and the answer is yes.
Yes.
However, this week,
you've been worse than me.
This week we have been freeloaders are us. So, on Sundays, I always go to the car boot, and usually at least one of my kids comes with me, our adult kids, sometimes both. And we always go for breakfast afterwards. And I had said to Natalie beforehand, if we go car boot tomorrow, I can't go breakfast tomorrow because I can't afford it. And she said, okay. But then Anthony drove and Anthony said, we're going breakfast. And I was like, I can't afford to pay, because normally I pay for everybody. Normally I just flash my card and I pay for both of their breakfasts. And sometimes one of them gives me it back, and more often than not they don't.
Bank of Mum was closed this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bank of Mum was absolutely closed. So I said, I can't afford it. I said, I can't afford to pay for everyone's breakfast. And therefore, when we went, I had intentions that I'd pay for my own. And even then, I was a bit like, oh, I spent like £18 already on my budget. Natalie said, I'll buy yours. Now, I accepted that because I bought Natalie's breakfast many times. So I accepted that, and that was fine. And then on Tuesday, Tamsin said to me, we're going out for lunch, because we'll go for lunch on a Tuesday. And I said, I can't, Tamsin, I'm on this budget, I haven't got any money. She said, well, I owe you a lunch. You bought my lunch before we went on holiday. I said, did I? Lovely. So I had a free lunch off Tamsin. I'd had a free lunch off Debbie on Monday.
Yeah, we both had a free lunch.
So free breakfast Sunday, I had a free lunch Monday. I had a free lunch Tuesday.
We're running out of friends, mate.
I don't know what I did Wednesday.
No, it was Wednesday because Tamsin wasn't here Tuesday.
Oh, it was Wednesday. Yeah. So I've got my days mixed up somewhere.
And then we went out with your mum last night.
And then Mum bought dinner. Mum always buys dinner on a Thursday. She says it's her way of thanking me for taking her shopping or whatever. So yeah, she bought, and then I said to Tammy, you coming out for dinner? She said, I can't afford it. And Mum said, oh, that's all right. So freeloaded every single meal this week.
We're running out of friends, aren't we? We are running out of friends.
We're going to be staying in a lot the rest of the month, I think. Yeah. I think we've used up all our favours. Yeah. Having said that, I've got some freebies on my McDonald's app.
I don't.
And I've got some freebies on my Greg's app, so it's not going to be sheer hell. But yeah, and I did say to Tammy, if you take me for lunch in June, I'll take you in July, but she won't have it. Not in any price.
No. You don't know what's going around the corner. I was like, hey, I've got £82, but you don't know what's going to happen this week.
She's got more than me. And I said, you've got way more than me.
£9.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It is absolutely fair because I'm the one who spent my money. But if I can, pull on the heartstrings.
You will not make me feel bad.
I forgot you're northern.
Yep. This is where it's going to come in useful. My northern will come in very useful at this challenge.
I'm going to have to channel my Midlands roots and see if I can
reel it back in a bit. But we're not doing bad. But it's been difficult. Yeah,
it's been a learning curve.
Yeah, it's not been difficult, but it has been eye-opening.
The number of times I've picked up my phone and gone TikTok shop adverts. Oh, I like that. I've got about 18 things in my TikTok basket now. Because I keep putting things in my basket and then going, oh no, I can't buy them. And then the number of times I thought, oh, I'll have a look on Amazon for so-and-so. Or I was going to stop in Lidl's the other day on the way home from work. For no reason whatsoever. I was like, oh, I'll stop at Lidl's and see if they've got any. I was like, oh no, I won't. And I wonder how many times a week do I just pop in the supermarket?
I quite frequently.
It's a shop there, I'll go in and buy things, even though
I quite frequently pop into Lidl on the way home just to pick bits up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been an eye-opener for how often I nearly bought things this week and then didn't.
It's annoying me that I can't remember what I wanted off of Amazon so badly on Saturday.
So it can't have been that vital, can it?
I can't remember what it was.
And yet you'd have bought it on the spot.
If
you hadn't been doing this, you'd have bought it.
Yeah, I'd have opened it up and gone, oh, yeah, have it, there we go, that's it.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this is because the things with Amazon Prime, especially when it's next day delivery, you don't even have to leave the house to spend money now. You can just go, Vintage, done.
Oh yeah, I wanted some shoes and I was wandering around on Vinted going, oh, I'm not paying that. They're £1.50. I'm not paying £1.50.
I haven't even opened Vinted. I've been so good. And the other thing I have doing, which my northern is showing again, is I have had my money's worth out of Kindle Unlimited this week. Because it comes with my Amazon Prime, because I'm not buying books.
How many books do you think you buy in a week normally on Kindle?
I usually probably would buy, I'd probably pay for one and then get one on Kindle Unlimited, but I have no...
Every week?
Yeah, I usually buy a new book every week.
And is that a full price book or do you get the cheap Kindle
I usually
deal?
look to see what's on offer. But yeah, I would say...
Not sponsored by.
I would say I read quite a lot. But yeah, I haven't, and I've gone through I'm not buying any books. So it's like, that's it. I've got Kindle Unlimited. I don't need to buy books. I can just get them from Kindle and then return them when I'm done with them. So I can see me getting quite attached.
I will put a link in, by the way. Having said not sponsored, I will put a link into Kindle Unlimited in case you're interested in it. And I do get an affiliate pennies from Amazon if you buy it. So I have to disclose that, but I'll put the link in and I'll get 0.001p if you decide to go for it. But it is a good thing.
I do like Kindle Unlimited, which is why I have it in the first place. Because if I get a book and I get a couple of chapters into it on Kindle Unlimited and I go, I don't really want to read this, it's boring, I can just return it and get something else. Whereas if I've paid for it, I get a bit napped about that because it's like, this is crap. So I tend to, the stuff I pay for tends to be by authors I've already read that I know I'm going to already enjoy their books. Yeah.
A safe purchase.
Yeah, so I intend to make full use of Kindle Unlimited that I already pay for this month.
And you quite often get like 3 months free as well. So, and you can cancel it after the 3 months and not pay anything. So always worth considering. But yeah, not sponsored. I feel reasonable okay about how we've done so. Like I said, I was a bit horrified with myself on weekend 1.
Yeah.
When I zipped through 20% in the first couple of days. But I feel like I've got it in hand a bit since.
Yeah, I don't think we're doing too bad. I'd say it's definitely been eye-opening last couple of days.
Thanks to having good friends, we haven't had to say no to anything social yet.
Yeah.
We haven't been to bingo. But then I was working anyway, so...
Yeah, I didn't go to bingo. I think I'm working this week, so I won't be going this week. Yes, that's the only thing we haven't really done that we would normally do on a weekly basis is go to bingo.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, the tickets are they £2.50 if you just play the books?
Yeah, but nobody plays the books.
But nobody plays the books. We never play the books. We always play the little tablet things, don't
I spend £100 every time I go to bingo. £100 every time. Because my tickets are about 50-odd quid because I play the maximum package and then I always put 50-odd quid on my B to do the tabletops or the slots or whatever. I spend £100 minimum every time and I was like, this has got to stop. This has to stop. Because I don't have that money spare. I am actually in debt up to my bloody eyebrows. So.
Yeah, I don't spend that much, but I do spend, and it's also the fact as well, because we go as a group of friends and we always share, don't we, when we go to bingo. It's like if you've all paid for a package and I've bought books at £2.50, I would feel absolutely, I'd be like, no, I can't share, because you can't.
Yeah.
You know, when you've only paid, and everyone else has paid like 20, 30 quid.
Yeah, I can't take an equal share of the winnings if I haven't done an equal share of the outlay.
So then you don't want to make your friends feel bad, so it's weird.
But yeah, it's been okay. It's been an eye-opener.
Yeah.
And I think the rest of the month might be a bit lean, meals out-wise, because we've used up all our friends.
But we've got food in the house.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got loads of food in the house. That was kind of the purpose of this, is that we've got to eat down through those freezers. So should we turn this off and go to McDonald's?
No.
Thank you for joining us for this one. Remember to check out the links to Claire's Just Giving. Thank you so much to everyone who's already donated. As you saw, Claire's delighted. I'm very pleased as well. Thank you for that. And we will see you next week to see how we're getting on with this. Dun, dun, dun. Take care. Bye for now. Bye.